My favorite school memory was prom, just because we weren't sure we were gonna have it. And then when we did, the venue was so pretty and it was just such a good time.
My favorite school memory is the first day of school, obviously, because we had been quarantined for so long. And it was just nice to go out and be able to see my friends and meet people, which is a thing I'd taken for granted and didn't really appreciate until the beginning of the school year.
My favorite school memory that's been from this year is being able to see my friends again and being able to talk with them. That's something I used to not be able to do after our long break, and it's something I really appreciate now.
My favorite classroom project has probably been the Breaking Barriers project that we're working on in history right now, just because it's been really interesting getting to learn about Amelia Earhart and all of her accomplishments and just see a strong female.
My favorite school project was the film festival, where we were supposed to take a line of dialogue, an object, and a location and build our own scene out of it. And we'd choreographed a fight scene. That's something I like to do. I've been researching, looking up how I should use a camera, shots, angles I should take, and I got to build a really nice fight scene out of it.
My favorite classroom project has been my music video. And one thing that I really liked doing it was being able to shoot and just make it with my friends. It's been really fun. It's really fun to also do the lip syncing, and it was just overall a really cool project to do.
It's probably cross country because it was in the fall, so we hadn't seen anyone forever, and it was just great to see everyone and spend time with them and get some good exercise.
My favorite memory has been in basketball, and it was the last game we played a tournament, and it was a close game. Cam hit a last-second shot and we won the game. It was amazing.
Being able to see the Beauty and the Beast play was really cool. Being part of theater was really cool, and being able to see and support my friends that were in the play was really awesome, and it was a beautiful play.
Just flying the drones every day. Just getting out, always having at least some type of opportunity, whether it be on a simulator or the actual mini drones, just getting out and flying them.
It's really cool to be able to explore this industry or this newfound, still new technology at school, and get to spend time at school, learning about drones and how they're emerging into the world today.
I'd say one of my favorite school memories has been being student body president. I was elected this year and able to help serve the school, provide an opportunity of fundraisers, and kind of help make our senior year happen.
Favorite school memory? That's a hard one, but I think definitely being the student section leader. It's just a blast working with everyone like Joey and Steven, and of course Sarah, Scott, and Anna Rippey were a huge help, and going out every Friday night and supporting the football team and even the basketball team. It was just a huge help. Super fun, a lot of school spirit, and thank you to everyone who showed up for that.
Going into this year, there were a lot of unanswered questions with the whole pandemic, and we didn't know if we were going to get our sports seasons, and getting the chance to play a full football season, and our team went a lot farther than anybody thought we were going to, so getting to have that experience with all the guys was a lot of fun.
It's definitely been growing my relationships with all of my friends and just getting to really find my place in a friend group.
There's been a lot of activities and projects that have been able to happen. I'd say one of my favorite ones was working with Luke Ayers and making the Franklin Feud package, which was a parody off of Family Feud, and I got to play the host, Steve Harvey.
Miss Dowdy, name something that you did not learn.
How to do my taxes.
Yeah. Good answer, good answer. And that is the top answer.
My favorite activity would definitely have to be the dodgeball tournament. It happens every year, and it was just a lot of fun competing again for 2 years now. Did last year when I was junior, but it's just a lot of fun. A lot of people come out and come watch us play, and it's just a lot of energy, and especially playing with your buddies. Doesn't really get better than that, and even helped that I won, so I'm being a little biased here, but that was definitely my favorite time.
I'd definitely have to be the T4 Halloween show that we did. I think it was such a blast just getting to put it on.
In my literature class, we had an assignment that was to make our own quotations test on a book that we read. We got to pick a book from a big list and make a test on it, and I thought that was a lot of fun because it was the first time I had ever deep dove into a book, and it was a really interesting book, so that made it even more fun.
I'm part of the Franklin High School marching band, and being able to still have a season this year despite COVID complications has been a blessing and one of my best memories of high school. We were able to still put on a show, perform in front of others, and overall create a lot of memories that are going to last a lifetime, and I'm thankful for that.
So it's kind of like going through a drive-through zoo, except the instruments are the zoo animals.
My favorite activities were probably baseball. I played baseball for 4 years here at Franklin and just made a lot of great relationships with all the guys. Our senior class this year is super, super close. And even the juniors, sophomores, and freshmen, all of us super close, and we just go out there and compete. And it's just been, honestly, just kind of life-changing. It was just making a lot of relationships that will probably last for my whole life.
The thing that I'm gonna keep with me for the rest of my life is I decided to do the school musical this year, and it was something I'd never done before. And I got to meet a lot of new people and make a lot of new friends, and it was just overall just so much fun.
Hands down doing is High School Musical because I got to write it, so watching it come to life from the very beginning was just the best thing that could have happened.
Probably going and competing at the art throwdown against a bunch of other schools in the county where Summit actually won.
My favorite school memory is probably dissections in anatomy class because they're really fun and informative, and they just like give a new perspective on like how the body works, and like you appreciate it and stuff.
My favorite school memory was definitely winning state because we made history and we've never even been to state before until last year. So
honestly, anything that we've done in art class, I've really enjoyed. It's really fun being able to do something that I love, just surrounded by people that also have the same passion as me.
All the projects in TV and film are fun, so I can't really pick a favorite, but they're all pretty fun.
My favorite classroom project was definitely in astronomy when we Zoomed with a well-respected astronomer. It was really cool hearing his perspective on everything, and he's had a lot of experience. So,
probably taking a field trip with art class to go to the Plaza Art Store in Nashville and just working on art all the time and winning awards for it and filming videos. It's just all of it is probably my favorite part.
Definitely winning state in football because we've never done that, and the Wade twins are just crazy, and also when they committed, we had to videotape that in the gym and stuff, and it was fun.
My favorite school memory from the year would be Funuary. It was basically an entire month-long event that we had, and every single day was a different activity, and it was just really fun to see everybody participate.
Mine would probably have to be our first Pep Rally. It was our homecoming Pep Rally. It was the first one we've ever done outside in many, many years. And it was really cool just to finally have everyone all back together, doing games out on the field, running, staking their flag in the middle of the football field.
This year, probably the first day back after quarantine. You know, there's a lot of classmates and teachers I hadn't seen in like 6 months. It was really nice just to get to connect with them again.
My favorite classroom project would probably be in AP Environmental Science. One day, our teacher took us outside and we played a game called Oh Dear, and it was a food chain tag game. So fun.
Would be in AP Psychology with Miss Hart. We'll bring in a freshman and experiment on them by testing conformity, and it was really fun.
I really enjoyed in my TV and film class, we got to make a senior newscast, and it's been competing for a lot of awards in the state of Tennessee and in the whole region. And it was really nice to get to, make news and be an anchor this year.
My favorite extracurricular activity this year would probably be the state championship football game that basically everybody in the school went to. It was so fun and probably the loudest experience of my high school career.
The theater, they did The Drowsy Chaperone, and the musical was just amazing, and it was fun to see all my friends and just see the story come to life and them really just showcase their talent. They're incredible.
Our broadcasting program put on a Madison Awards. It's where our entire TV and film department receives awards based off the accolades of the year. And it's really fun to actually be involved in the production of that this year. And last year it was a virtual, so it was really nice to have the first one in 2 years.
I didn't even know I was coming until about an hour before the match. And I just wanted to sneak in and get my place on the bench and be close to them. They gave me a warm welcome. It was very special. because you just didn't know when we were all going to see each other again. And I wanted to see them play so bad. And they certainly didn't let me down. I thought they played just an incredible match.
My favorite high school memory probably has to be the Candlelight Ceremony. For our last competition of performance, the seniors get a light on their candlelight and they give it to the underclassmen, and it's to symbolize the seniors giving their light and their fire to the rest of the school and the community.
My favorite high school memory was when we were allowed to go outside on the football field for lunch, and the PTO provided us with Moe's, and it was a really great time to be able to spend time with my friends during school.
My favorite high school memory was filming the football and baseball games because I love watching sports games and I love using cameras, so it was kind of the best of both worlds.
My favorite classroom activity is definitely jazz band. It's something that we don't get to do often. Instead of the big band and concert music, we get to have a smaller unit of people that's more cohesive, and we can work on different types of music, whether it be Latin, jazz, and just very different types of music that we get to work on and become better musicians.
My favorite classroom project was in AP Psychology when we had to break a social norm. So I decided to stand up for dinner, and it was really funny to see my parents' reaction.
My favorite classroom project was the demo reel for my broadcasting class because it was fun to put all my past projects together and see how far I've progressed in the last 3 years.
My favorite probably would have been photography and being able to enter my photos into the art show that we had at Ravenwood. That's something that I've never personally done, especially enter my work to be critiqued. So that was something that I really looked forward to.
My favorite athletic memory was when girls soccer went to state and we won the state championship in PKs against rivals Franklin, and it was a just really great moment, and we all knew that our hard work from the season had paid off.
My favorite extracurricular activity was doing Mr. RHS because it was a lot of fun and I love raising money for Make-A-Wish.
The money we raise, it's all for this moment and seeing her smile. We had a bunch of look-alike high school students dress up as princesses and kind of send her off and give her gifts and virtual little hugs.
My favorite school memory this year is most definitely being in Miss Talley's classroom and making new friends in our class.
My favorite school memory was probably doing the morning announcements for a couple weeks here, and I got to tell everybody, on the intercom what the daily announcements were. And it was fun.
My favorite school memory was the powder puff game.
The whole school year has been fun. It's been kind of weird with the COVID, but just spending time with my friends, meeting new people has been a lot of fun, and just my second year in high school has been a great time. So,
my favorite school memory was all the days we had in TV and film. They were also fun.
My favorite school memory from this year was working on the potter's wheel in art class and learning how to do all of that and making bowls.
Hanging out with people, meeting people, just classes in general, I guess.
My favorite school memory was powder puff. All the practices were really fun and the game was super fun.
My favorite school memory is going to the power puff thing and watching the girls play and seeing them fall. That's all.
I had to do a project about my career and health, and it was really fun, researching it and everything.
My favorite school project from class is art, and that's when we were spray painting outside and doing what we want.
My favorite classroom project was decorating the boards for the Teaching as a Profession class with Ms. Schultz.
My favorite classroom project is actually going on right now. It's for English, and we're doing an archetypes project, and I'm doing mine on Miraculous Ladybug. So that's really fun.
My favorite classroom project was in Miss Coach Moore's room, where we did a March Madness ELA type tournament thing, and my team won twice, so that was fun.
Probably working with clay in art class. It was building mugs and making tiles. That was really fun. I enjoyed that a lot.
My favorite classroom project for this year was the egg drop testing in Mr. Johnson's class. It was fun.
My favorite classroom project would be all the movies we've made in TV and film, especially the YMCA music video.
My favorite classroom project, probably that YMCA one, like Clay said. That one was really fun to make.
My favorite classroom project was in TV and film. Me, Clay, Preston, Johan, and Ethan recorded a YMCA music video.
I was on a step dance team, and after school, the girls were really fun, and it's really nice.
My favorite extracurricular activities would probably be just softball and basketball season. Really fun.
Just going to the football games and stuff like that.
My favorite memory of an extracurricular was watching the wrestling matches. Probably doing cheer tryouts in the summer with a bunch of my friends. It was really fun learning dances and cheers.
My favorite activity that we did was with the CHS soccer team. We went to a tournament in Murfreesboro. We all rode the bus there together. We had a great time, and we won the championship, varsity did, and it was a fun time.
My favorite memory was just spending time with the football team at practices and just going to the games. It was just real fun. We're just a big family, and I just enjoyed it a lot.
Hockey this year was a lot of fun, and we did good. And my favorite memory from that was when Nathan scored with like a second left, and we won a game.
Coming home for me was really fun, even though it was a smaller audience, but it was still an experience.
What has been your favorite school memory from this year?
I have no idea. You didn't have to think, Dale.
I would say probably playing the first football game and like coming to school.
My favorite memory has probably been moving here and making new friends.
Probably senior picnic this year was a lot of fun.
Let's say dissecting a cow burn.
Probably the poster we made in Contemporary World Issues. That's probably my favorite.
Probably FFA Petting Zoo Day.
I think that's everyone's favorite.
Whenever we played Seagull on a Saturday, and it got rained out on Friday, and then we played Saturday morning.
When I placed 5th at state for wrestling.
We're all here cheering for you, buddy.
Sorry. Thank you.
Playing volleyball, but especially at the Independence game.
Hi, my name's Eliza. I'm a freshman at Renaissance High School, and one of my favorite memories here was making so many new friends. And one of my favorite class projects was reading the Romeo and Juliet play and acting it out in class.
Hi, I'm Maddie Schondholtz. I'm a senior here at Renaissance. My favorite memory was probably from this year being the student director for our student written play.
My favorite memory was when I couldn't remember one of our teachers' name. Hi, Miss Henry, I remember your name now. And I just called her lady for 2 straight weeks without knowing what was her name.
And one of my favorite class projects was reading the Romeo and Juliet play and acting it out in class.
My favorite class activity was the capstone project that we did earlier within the senior applied arts practicum classes.
Being able to show my game up on the big stage, showing everyone and having that reaction at the end, it was so satisfying. It felt like everything I've worked on all 4 of these years is finally having a lot more meaning than it did before.
There's a lot of students whose work I'd never seen before or saw very little of. So today has been really eye-opening to see kind of who can do what.
Class activity was my logo as a graphic designer. I enjoyed them so much. A lot of people choose different things. We could choose poker cards, apparel, or postcards. I choose apparel and designing my own logo for myself.
One of my favorite extracurriculars was doing backstage crew in our fall play.
My favorite extracurricular was working with the Moonlight Players and doing their pumpkin spice improv show.
And my extracurricular activity, I love theater, drama club. We do an improv show, which is amazing. It's so funny. It's really a thriving experience. I would recommend to a lot of people.
Hi, I'm Luke Pape. I'm a senior at Fairview High School, and that's for my favorite school memory. Coming back to school after being online for the 2 weeks it was really great getting to see everybody again and coming back into the school for my senior year.
My favorite school memory this year was being nominated or voted for Homecoming Queen.
My favorite high school memory is definitely my senior year homecoming. So being on student council, I had the honor of helping plan homecoming and all of the events leading up to it. And this year, I guess just being a senior made it really, really special because it was my last year participating in all these events. And from the poster builds to dressing up to the pep rallies, all the way down to the game, it was all just very, very memorable.
As for my favorite class project, AP Research has really been tremendous. It's a class where you get to explore a different field and have a really in-depth research project within that field. You get to communicate with expert advisors within that field as well.
My favorite class project was in personal finance. We're actually getting to buy and sell fake stocks, and so it's fun going in every 2 weeks and seeing if you lost or gained money from the stock market.
My favorite extracurricular activity was definitely the NHS inductions. So I've been in NHS, we started this last year, and so welcoming in those new inductees and just having them lead on the legacy that we had started here was just really heartwarming. The ceremony was great. We had like a Candlelight Ceremony, and just seeing those new members and them being like the best of the best from Fairview coming into the school and being a part of this great organization was just really, really heartwarming.
Beating Paige, of course, it was the first time we beat him in a little while, so it felt good. You got to rub it in a little bit.
Favorite extracurricular activity was I'm actually part of National Honor Society, and we're the first group in Fairview High School history to be inducted into it this year. So that was pretty cool to be chosen and be invited to be a part of that and make history in Fairview High School.
And my favorite project or assignment really that I had was my Mechatronics senior year project. So due to COVID, part of the program is we were supposed to have an internship, but due to COVID, we cannot do that internship. So instead, Mr. Seidenreich worked with the coordinators to have us make a senior-long project. And so we started planning in August, prepping for the work in December. January, we started building, troubleshooting, all the way up until April. And it just all was just so much fun, learning in the process, figuring out what was wrong, fixing the problem, going back and problem solving. All of that was just the best project I've ever been a part of. Thank you.
My favorite school memory has been just being able to be back at Independence instead of being over the computer, so it's good to be around everyone.
My favorite school memory is probably cheering at football games.
I think my favorite school memory was probably the senior sunrise when we all came here before school and watched the sun go up.
My favorite classroom project this year was in Miss Thorpe's class, where we got to recreate the book cover for The Great Gatsby.
Dissecting an anatomy is really fun.
I think my favorite classroom project was, I'm in digital arts, so we had a best work mini portfolio and like a mock interview. And it was super cool to be able to go in and pretend to be interviewing for an internship, and I just learned a lot of really cool skills from it.
My favorite memory this year was probably the football season. It didn't end how we wanted, but it was a really good time to just build a brotherhood with those seniors that won't be here next year.
Nationals with any comp was so much fun. Yeah.
I am actually captain of the bowling team, and so probably my favorite memory was just going bowling after school every day for like a couple months. I just thought it was so fun. I got to do it with all my friends.
I would give the advice I would give to somebody coming into high school is to be yourself, not be shy, and just be open to making new friends.
I've gotten lifelong friendships. Everyone here is so awesome. I love everyone. Everyone's so great.
Probably the ability to work with other people, and I guess just at the end of the day, knowing that everything's gonna be okay. Even when you're stressed, everything just works out.
Enjoy it while it lasts, because it goes by really fast.